cash, look at the cash bubbling. Look at the cash bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash bubbling. Look at the cash bubbling.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, the now healthy Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts face off with Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Wrong. Tight left, tight ends left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing is Love. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback from Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And on the ground they go to the running back. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice.
And he's going to be taken down. the 35-yard line. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Here's Matt. And some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping. Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Love. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. It's Locke. He's going to launch this thing way down. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston that he goes to Stanford, he's got it all.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll run it with Mack, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Brandon LaFell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. And now it's blocked. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he spins away. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Throwing is Bortles. Keeps himself upright. And now he'll tuck it and run. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Al Woods. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw, it's Bortles. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he's on to punt for the 1st time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. Now a 1st down throw. Luck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Luck to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Blue 60.
To the air again, Luck. Over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Luck now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Throwing again is Luck. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Luck got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll run with Matt. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So we come to halftime. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. John Simon in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
That one goes for 24 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players who somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Bortles. Pass incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Bortles. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
That is caught at the 7. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from taking the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Check out. Wide 16.
Here's Locke. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Locke on 3rd down, and that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. Back now in Jacksonville. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game is... We begin the fourth. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. He's been the go-to guy, and they needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Shotgun now for Bortles. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
You got 4. You got 4.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
I'll go. Set. Green 80. Set.
Now Bortles. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Bortles being chased out left. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. John Timu in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Here we go.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. And they'll run it here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
4 down.
Check out.
Back to throw. And his pass incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
4 down. Shit.
Check out. United.
Mike, 44.
Back to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. He'll look to throw. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. He's back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline. And
he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And he'll spike it with exactly 30 seconds now left on the clock. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now Luck. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Now it's Luck. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. It's complete to Grant. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Luck now to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
One final try now for Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.